Hi there, good morning. It's Dr. Jones here. I just wanted to come on and do a quick public service announcement. I just saw a couple of videos on of a couple who are on a bus trip to Florida, and on the video, the couple is fighting. And, my public service announcement, about this couple who's clearly fighting in public, is about something that I observed when watching this video. One of the things that I observed in this video, and just many times, unfortunately, in my life in general, is the eyes of an Undertaker. And I want to kind of talk about that. The eyes of an Undertaker and the eyes of a Terminator. Hi, my name is Dr. Natalie Jones. I'm a licensed therapist. I've been counseling women and men who have experienced abuse, as well as those who are perpetrators of abuse and other violent crimes. And, again, I wanted to come on here and talk about the eyes of the Undertaker. And I'm, I used to watch wrestling way back in the day. I grew up on that stuff. I had a brother and a dad who were very into it, and we just watch it on Sundays. And the Undertaker up there is the guy who wears a lot of makeup, but the eyes are very intense with his makeup. In that normally the eyes may be dark black eyes, but then they've got kind of like, they're almost kind of like bloodshot red a little bit, but not always. And you usually see this, I call them the Undertaker's eyes. You usually see this when someone is so overcome with rage, and they are thinking about committing acts of violence towards you, to put it nicely. And so in their mind, they're quickly becoming judge, jury, and executioner. And this, to me, is a dangerous person when because there is a threshold where they get to the point of no return. And I've seen it, quite a bit of times, working in prison, and working in DV and things like that. So my public service announcement to you is, if you ever see anybody with those kinds of eyes, and those eyes are directed at you, or you're in the house with that type of person, even if they don't seem to be directing their anger towards you, Molly, you are in danger, girl. You need to get the heck on up out of there. And you don't need to write to me talking about, Dr. Jones, I can't do it. I can't, this and that. I don't need to know your story. I'm just doing a public service announcement. You need to get out of there. There's a 0.1 to 0.5% a chance that you could talk that person down. And usually when somebody's able to do it, it's usually someone who knows that person well and has a lot of authority in that person's life. But even then, it could be very hit or miss. I've seen this with, murder cases, murder-suicide cases, mugshots, and things like that. After people have committed extreme acts of violence, you want to get up and you want to get out of there. Anybody who's in the home or in that immediate environment is at risk of being hurt or seriously harmed or unalived by that person. And again, that is based off of pure emotion. That person is so overcome with anger and rage, and just, they're violent, they're screaming thoughts of violence. It could be towards you. It could be, after the fact, it could be towards themselves, unfortunately. And this is all too common. You don't even need to say nothing else. You just need to be thinking of an exit plan. You need to call somebody, but you need to get out of there. And once you get out, you need to stay out. And that's my public service announcement. Now, that's number one. Number two is the eyes of the Terminator. And I'm sure many of you have seen the Terminator. I think it was the Terminator 3, if somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but the rise of the machine, those dead eyes, again, eyes that are black, but they're dead, but there's like, again, there's a rage and an anger there, but it's very quiet, and they ain't doing no talking. And it's not, while the emotion is there, it's not there. So they have the rage, but it's not like an emotional rage. It's a rage that's been building over time, and now you're going to see the wrath of that. And these people, once they have it in their mind that they're going to do something, it cannot be talked out of it. There's a slim to none. I don't know that I've ever seen people be talked out of rage like this. So this would be, when they have those dead eyes, and like that, very similar to the Terminator. I think they captured it perfectly. It's game over for everybody. Again, this person is, I think, even more lethal than the first person I was talking about, the Undertaker. Um, uh, so this would be people like school shooters. These would be people like that are going to commit a robbery, a burglary, those types of things. These are people that are dead set on the violence. Anybody who gets in the way, you're gone. And anybody that, just, you could catch a stray, you can catch a stray, but they have an intentional plan. This rage, this frustration has been built over time, and once they let it out, there's like a calmness. They feel relieved to do that. There's no talking them out of it. The only thing that's going to talk them out of it, unfortunately, is death or running out of ammunition. You want to be very careful with these types of people. One, the Undertaker can turn into the Terminator, but the Terminator never ever turns into an Undertaker. So once the Terminator gets their eyes, there's nothing that can stop them. So you see things like this again with school shooters, mass murderers, the Unabomber, things like that. You see it, and there's nothing there because they don't care and they've got nothing to lose. Anything goes, but somebody's got to go today, and they want to try to catch as many bodies as they can. I hope that helps. These are two very serious individuals, but those eyes tell a story, and you need to pay attention. You need to move around, and you need to get out of there if you see either one of them. Hope that helps.